Whoa, 5 episodes? Yep, definitely don't have a life.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is all great and all, but we haven't done the fan art yet, so let's do that now. For starters, we've got this adorable picture from Rainbow Storm Official. It's an amazing drawing of me in a galloping gala outfit, which I absolutely love, and I would totally wear this if I ever went. And here is the original sketch. There's also a picture of me insane. Or just, you know, every day, honestly. This is pretty accurate. And this is me with the same hair as in Rainbow Storm Official. I think I look pretty bloody awesome with that. And I absolutely love how your eye is controlling that thing. It's just, yes. Yes. Twinning! Next up, Patroni Fizz drew this absolutely amazing picture of me riding my OC. Just, oh my god, the hair, the scarf, it's very, very accurate to be honest. And then of course, there's this amazing one, which is now my other phone wallpaper. The first one you did of my OC is my lock screen, and this one is my home screen. I absolutely love it. It's from Rambling Rose. Just, oh, yes. Yes! Okay, yeah, back to the video.
Hi everyone, today we're having another episode of Catnip's Corner, the show where we talk about filming advice for MLP and LPS videos. Today we will be looking at the best editor for MLP and LPS videos. But since this is also a Q&A show, it's time I give you some answers. Oh yeah, that's my cat by the way, he's just sitting there. MLP Music is Magic said, "You tried." Thanks, that was nice of you. That Foxy Fudge said, question, which My Little Pony do you prefer? The first generation or the latest one? The latest one. Because no offense, but the first generation looks like fudge. Epic Princess Trio Time said, do you like Undertale? Because I thought I saw a picture of Undyne in the background. Yes, I do like Undertale, and I drew that picture of Undyne. I can't be bothered to show you, but here's a screen cap. There's also some Papyrus comics and a Sands and Frisk comic, so that's cool. When did you start collecting ponies? Ooh, I think that was about 2014? Yeah, it would have been 2014. So, over 2 years. How did you get the idea for your OC? Well, originally my OC looked like this. That was my first ever custom I made. Oh, and I got the idea because I just painted my walls and I liked that it was red and white, so I was like, oh, I'll make a red and white OC. It also was causing some confusion because it was red and white and the cutie mark was a red and white YouTube logo, which kind of made me look like a YouTube mascot rather than an OC that represented me. I changed it all and I became a dark red Pegasus with red and black hair, and I'm aware I look a bit emo or like one of those evil ponies. I don't have any like special evil powers or a bad backstory. Starpop MLP said, who is your favourite YouTuber? I have two. I like MLP Stop Motion and Yum Soda, and they both tie for first place, as none I like more than the other because I like them for different reasons. Pick one, DJ Pony 3 or Octavia? Probably DJ. Scream at your window, ponies rule. LOL, I know you hate screaming, but whatever. Well, if you know I hate screaming, you'll know I won't do it. My cat's asleep, okay? Do you really want me to scream when my poor cat's asleep? What kind of a heartless person are you? That's all the questions for today, and it's time I tackle this giant script that's on my laptop and try to make it look like I'm just talking off the top of my head. Kind of broke that spell now. I'm gonna put on a scarf. 1 second. There we go. Today we're going to be finding out the best MLP or LPS editor in the world. Or maybe not, but in my opinion the best editor for MLP and LPS videos. I'm only reviewing 4 editors because they're just editors I know, and I'm not going to be touching upon mobile editors. I've linked a video down below someone else made about using an iPod Touch to make videos, LPS videos, and that's really, really helpful. Just use that because I'm not going to be touching upon anything to do with mobile phones or tablets. I will be judging all the editors on a scale of 1 to 10 for 4 categories. You'll keep up. And all of the info that I've spoke about will be in the description if you just want to read through this, so yeah. Movie Maker. For price, it gets a 10 because it's free. For interface, it gets a 3 because, in my opinion, having the timeline kind of repeated over and over in all these rows is really confusing. For variety, it also gets a 3 because you're really limited. I mean, there are some color effects, text options, transitions, and a few other basic tools, but it's really bad for things like special effects, advanced editing, and even putting a picture on top of your video. Like this. For efficiency, it gets a 5. It's both inefficient because it has such a limited tool option, yet also efficient because in the way that once you know the layout and all its functions, it becomes very systematic. After a few hours of using it and just going through it, I got the hang of it pretty soon. Overall, this editor gets a 52.5 out of 100. Here's a pie chart. iMovie. For price, I give it a 10 because, yet again, it's free. For interface, I give it a solid 8. It's smooth, a nice colour, and has that lovely, easy feel to it. You can really kind of tell it's been designed by Apple. Everything is so clear after only about 10 or so minutes, and it's really easy to work things out. However, the layout itself isn't as customizable as Premiere Pro or Final Cut. I can't change the size of this tiny playback screen whether I want to or not, and I can't get rid of this annoying library thing. Since I don't use it, I get all my stuff directly from Finder, and so this is kind of a drawback. For variety, it gets a 6, because there are quite a few good features, so it's certainly plenty for making MLP or LPS videos. However, it isn't enough for making something that really stands out. Or rather, if you want to get noticed for your editing, iMovie is going to give you a hard time. The features it does have are really good, but it doesn't have that many features. For efficiency, I give it a 7. It's easy to learn, it's good at the things it does have, and it's definitely a very good software. Obviously, but the efficiency and speed of your editing is seriously slowed down because it takes a lot of time just trying to get around some of its stupid issues. Overall, this editor gets a 77.5 out of 100. And here's another pie chart. Final Cut Pro. For price, I give it a 5 out of 10. You see, the price is $300 Australian. However, there are some student discounts. You might get some kind of an App Store gift card for your birthday one day, which is good. And certain Captain Jack Sparrow-esque methods of obtaining it really fix this whole price issue. For interface, it gets an 8. It's easy to navigate, nice to look at, and pretty self-explanatory. However, while you can move a few things around here and there, such as enlarging this playback screen or getting rid of this useless library to a certain degree, it's nothing to how much you can customize Premiere, as you will see. For variety, it gets a 10. Yes, a 10. While I don't doubt that there are things it cannot do, I've hardly ever found features that I didn't like or couldn't access. Not to mention, this is the best editor for MLP and LPS videos, not for every single kind of video. If you want to make a feature film, this is a crappy editor for you, honestly. But if you want to make a really good MLP or LPS video, well, this editor is more than enough. And for efficiency, it gets a 9. It can be confusing to see what goes where and where goes what. In fact, when you first start out, editing can take a really long time because you have to keep checking the internet for tutorials and, learning it. But once you understand the program and how to use it, it becomes a dream. Overall, this editor gets an 8 out of 100, and as you guessed, here's a pie chart. Premiere Pro. For price, it gets a 4. It's pretty pricey. That's $23 Australian a month, which adds to $276 a year. And if you want every single Adobe application, it's $58 a month, or in Australian dollars, $696 a year. But if you're a student, it's $17 a month, Australian, and that only really adds up to $204 a year, Australian dollars. So it's not really that bad, especially if you use a lot of different products, then it's really helpful. For interface, it gets a solid 8. It's completely customizable. You can choose between 8 different layouts and create your own by dragging things around. My only complaint is that it can get a bit confusing at times just trying to learn it, and it takes more than just a few minutes or even just a few days to figure out. For variety, it gets a 10, because every effect you could imagine is possible. You see, if you're in a Windows Movie Maker and you want this kind of a dreamy water transition into a flashback, well then you're screwed, because it doesn't have one. But if you're on iMovie or Final Cut Pro, well, you can just find it in the library and drag it in. But if you want to transition and it's not there, then you're screwed. But if you want to transition in Premiere and it's not there, you can just download one. There are heaps of fan-made add-ons that you can just download, and well, that basically makes editing fully customizable, just like its layout. Proficiency, it gets a 7. You see, it's industry standard, and like a lot of industry standard programs, it's as confusing as an Alicon OC's backstory to get around. It takes a lot longer than just 5 or 10 minutes or even 5 or 10 days to get. See, I used that program for a few weeks altogether, and it still wasn't clear. See, this is a program to master, like a sport or how to paint. So for industry short films or even entire movies, it's brilliant. But for an amateur, yes, amateur, editor, or just someone looking to learn, it's as efficient as it could be. Given that most of us are like anywhere between 10 and 16 years old, it's really, really hard. So, fillies and gentlecoats, savannahs and sages, I proudly announce that the best editor, in my opinion, for MLP and LPS videos, but nothing else necessarily, is Final Cut Pro X. Innovative, easy to learn, and advanced in skill, and extremely powerful, it wins the spot easily. Only brought down by its high price, but can be brought up by a certain Captain Jack. The second best is iMovie. With absolutely no money to rate it down, its sleek design and array of effects and gadgets make it a very popular choice. It's only weighed down by its limited choice in said effects and gadgets. The third best is Premiere Pro, which follows closely behind. A more powerful system, but with a lot more money and difficulty of learning to weigh it down. But it can be brought up by a certain Captain Jack Sparrow. But since it's a monthly deposit of pieces of 8, it can be harder to digest the ROM, because Adobe's very protective. And in 4th place is Windows Movie Maker. Yep. And in 5th place is a BlackBerry phone. Moving on. Don't forget to comment down some questions for me to answer next episode, and some kind of a topic to do with MLP and LPS filming that I can help you with, so that everyone's videos can benefit. I'll see you later. Pacha! I'm giving